Well, after a long time, we're back with another anime review. So yeah, I am planning on bringing a lot anime content in the future on this channel because I'm frankly really into anime now. And well, there is a risk of bringing a lot of weeps to my channel, but I will gladly take it because I'm one of them now. So hey, nothing wrong with being with your race of people. Anyway, yes, if you have read the comment section on the last anime review, and you probably haven't, but let's say you did, you have seen that I have announced that I've been watching Gintama, and that I was planning to make a video after I finish it. Yes, Gintama, the long ass comedy, drama, every single genre on the planet anime that I was super intrigued by. I was like, okay, this seems like something I have never seen before. Something that will probably be good, at the very least enjoyable. Well, I may have watched too many preparation videos of Gintama for my own good, because people always have different opinions on fiction and media, and they will always have different opinions on fiction and media. And it's safe to say none of them are facts, none of them are laws that everyone should abide by. And this video comes into that circle. It's my everything that I will say in this video will remain in this video as an opinion and not as a fact. So yeah, don't take it personally if you strongly disagree with me. But anyway, as I was saying, a lot of opinions of Gintama and on pretty much everything in this world were on the internet, and they were preparing me for a very slow start. They said to me the first 50 episodes of this anime are stupendously boring, bad, mid, slow, any kind of look. And just think of the worst insult you can give to a shonen anime. It was there. I was to be expecting a horrible start, but after the so-called Benizakura arc, I was gonna be, amazed, and the whole table would flip and everything will change. And they said that the payoff would be incredible, but I was like, 50 episodes of sheer nothingness? Is that really the case? I was like doubting myself. Should I, if that's the case, because more than one person said this, if that's really the case, I mean, I don't have all the time in the world. I'm not the most free guy. I mean, I was like, okay, the main character looks cool, the cast of characters look cool. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm gonna watch like 15 episodes, and if I think it's worth it, then I'll maybe, perhaps watch it all. Well, people said to me to skip the first 2 episodes because they were supposedly filler and unnecessary to anime watchers. So I did skip them. And I started watching from episode 3. The pilot episode of Gintama for the real story, the real beginning, excluding these 2 fillers that I watched later on. And I'll give my opinion on them too. But anyway, the supposedly horrible slow mid start of Gintama was not there. I loved that show, and I'm using the word loved because I loved the third, not the first, but it's the first episode of Gintama. I did not expect to like it, but I loved it. Look, let me just begin with this review by saying that I liked, at the very least liked, every single episode of Gintama that I've watched. Yes, there's some better than others, but none of them were disliked by me, hated, or considered mid. Yes, 375 episodes. None of them were bad. Well, in my opinion. Okay? Don't kill me if you disagree. So, let me start by saying that Gintama is now, after finishing it today, watching the final movie, is my favorite anime and my favorite TV show. Listen, so many people, when they ask someone, what's your favorite TV show? And that person, and if that person answers Breaking Bad, well, The Sopranos, Attack on Titan, something, something that, well, duh, why wouldn't it be your favorite show of all time? Why? That's too obvious, dude. Come on. I I was that kind of a person for a long time. Breaking Bad was my number one, and I couldn't even fathom anything to even try to surpass that level of quality that Breaking Bad has reached. And here came Attack on Titan, scrolling by, becoming the greatest TV show that I've watched at the time, and probably still is. But I never thought that that massive gaping hole that Attack on Titan left would be filled by anything else. And as I said, this time Gintama came strolling by, and not only did it fill it, it colored it, it mesmerized it, it made it its home. I don't even that makes sense, but anyway, Gintama is the greatest, or at least my favorite work of entertainment fiction I've ever watched in my short, eventful, probably disappointing life. So, let me start by saying a few things. I'm not gonna go into any spoilers because, frankly, Gintama is underwatched. Yes, it is underwatched. Many Gintama fans, and I love you all by the way, every Gintama fan that is living and breathing is considered my friend even though I may not know them, heard of them, met them, had any contact with them, you are automatically my friend and a brother or a sister or anything. Not getting too, insane. Not getting too crazy. But you guys, the Gintama fandom, I'm one of you. I get you. You always say that the anime is underrated. Nothing wrong with that, it's your opinion, but I would argue that point and say that it's not underrated, it's underwatched. If you check the my anime list, ratings or IMDb ratings or any kind of ranking scaling systems on the internet, our beloved internet, you will find out the fact that Gintama is one of the most highly rated shows out there. No matter which forum you go on, you will see that the scores are substantially high, higher than many other shows. So you'll see and ask yourself, is it really underrated? No, maybe it's underwatched. Maybe this guy on the internet is right. Me. But, who knows? He may just spit in my face while watching the video. But anyway, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be offended, even if I knew about it. Anyway. So let me start by saying, yes, it's underwatched, not underrated, in my opinion. But anyway, let's get into the gist. Why do I think Gintama is literally my favorite show of all time? Well, but a few simple reasons. On paper, simple. On practice, a little bit different. But anyway, the best, most likable, the funniest, the most tragic, the most epic main character in an anime, Sakata Gintoki, or Gintoki Sakata, whatever. Gintoki is my favorite fictional main character I have ever experienced. His persona is immediately likable. From the very first glance you have at him, you could say, okay, I want to be friends with that guy immediately. He is awesome. His aura of just not being the typical shonen protagonist, of him literally not giving a fuck about hero stuff. He just wants to get by the day, read Shonen Jump, and eat sweets. Literally, an average anime watcher. Well, it depends on your food choice, but I guess if you eat sweets, he is literally everything uh that a shonen protagonist is not. He's literally parodying that in the show as well. There is literally a segment called Ginpachi Sensei where Gintama fans are asking, the main character, uh questions about the show. And one of them was, why don't you have a goal? Why are you so purposeless in this show? And he's like, well, because I want to stand out of the crowd. I don't want to be the Pirate King. I don't want to be the Hokage. And they're showing images of him dressed up as Naruto and Luffy. He said, I just want to pay my rent and eat sweets and eat my parfait. Oh, he doesn't pay his rent, but, I just made that up. But you get what I'm saying. He is a, not pushing himself too hard, lazy bum, alcoholic, anything you could think of as like a worthless, good for nothing man. He is that. And he's also the most coolest, epic, strongest. He could be the greatest anime shonen protagonist and the most powerful. Like Ichigo, no chance against him. Fucking Luffy, Naruto could all be dropped by Gintoki if he wanted to. But frankly, most of the time, he doesn't. That is the beauty of Sakata Gintoki. I could make this whole video about him, that his whole tragic past. That I like the fact that that his past is revealed so slowly through the show that you don't find out at the beginning. It's unraveling slowly, piece by piece, to finally understand that whole picture called Sakata Gintoki. So many shonen protagonists, or many protagonists in anime and in TV, in general, are they're using the method backstory first, character second. They're trying to make you interested in their character by their backstory. It's like, oh man, his mom committed suicide and his dad was like so abusive to him. He was beating him with his belt every day. But then one day he decided to take revenge upon his father and challenge him to Mortal Kombat. Oh yeah, yeah, of course. That would make him, I don't know, some shonen protagonist. Oh, this guy's very cool. I'm gonna root for him now. But I know I give horrible example. I just made that up. But but Gintoki is somebody once told me anyway. Um, some shonen protagonists are literally um, this the backstory is very interesting, but the character themselves is existing because of that backstory, and that's the only reason they are in the show, just for fulfilling their purpose in the plot and nothing more. Gintoki is immediately interesting. You don't need to know his fucking life story to like him, to root for him, to fucking, adore him. I would go that far. You don't need to know everything about a single character to like him. And that's the case with Gintoki. You pretty much know nothing about him till episode 55 or like something like that. Up to and that was just a little tidbit of information. You need to watch at least 305 episodes to see the real story of what he went through, of what he experienced, the horrors, the tragedies, the unfortunate events. And you see it and you experience it, and it's so heartbreaking and so effective. But before already, it is heartbreaking. It is so effective because you feel for him without knowing his backstory, without knowing his tragic past, because he's a great character in of itself. despite not knowing his backstory through nearly the whole show. So anyway, if Gintama was only a good main character in a serviceable supporting cast, already I would have loved that show. But it's much more than that. This is the greatest cast of heroes, of characters, let's say, in any show I've ever witnessed. So Avatar: The Last Airbender was arguably the show that had the best cast, in my opinion. Cast of characters. I mean, you had Sokka, you had Zuko, you had Katara, you had Toph, Iroh. If you think about it, Avatar really went out with their characters. But then again, Gintama decided to stroll in and say, nah, I think I could replace that. And it did. You have Mado, you have Taizo Hasegawa, the guy who literally ruined his life by uppercutting his boss, getting fired, and being literally the biggest loser, homeless man, drunkard. Basically, Mado. Basically, him. He is literally the most he's the deepest character in the show. He goes through so much stuff, and he's not just your basic nothing loser. He's a likable character. He puts others, you know, you know, before him. He is not selfish. He's so selfless. When he has a chance to get some money or to go go up in the world and one up himself, but he has on the other hand a choice to save someone, to help someone, to make that someone's life better, he would always choose the second option. That shows how much of a compassionate, great, cool guy Mado or Taizo Hasegawa is, and truly one of my favorite characters in the show. Then you have the other two main characters of Kagura and Shinpachi. So Kagura was basically, nothing more than the greatest female protagonist in anime so far that I've watched at least. And Shinpachi was Shinpachi glasses. Anyway, glasses. I was prepared to expect a shitty straight man and nothing really interesting about his character. Well, thankfully, that is not the case. He is much more than a annoying, shouty, straight guy, straight man. He is that, and he is more than that as well. He's a young samurai who is trying to recover his father's dojo, trying to make it functional again, teaching students, becoming a true samurai, trying to help his friends while working with Gin and Kagura with in odd jobs. He's a very passionate, very ambitious young guy. When he's not being a straight man and flying glasses, or four eyes, or patchy boy, as Kagura likes to call him. He is a good character. He serves his purpose, and I would say Shinpachi is great. Nothing against Shinpachi. Pretty relatable at times too. And he's a virgin, like all of us. Even at time skip, he's still a virgin. We're all virgins. Come on, we're the anime community. Let's embrace our non-masculinity and virginity. But anyway, nothing wrong with that. Moving on. So there's the second main cast of characters that I call the Shinsengumi Force, the police force. I love them. My favorite character out of them, of course, is going to be Hijikata. He's amazing. He's the Mayo freak guy when he's not being the most saddest, the most emotionally heartbreaking character, and really being a full package of an experience. You don't know what to expect from Hijikata. Is it going to be an emotional, heartbreaking moment? Is it going to be the funniest thing you've ever seen? Is it going to be another Mayo joke? I don't know. Hijikata is awesome. Then you have Okita Sogo. He's basically a psychopath sadist until you've reached a point to see his backstory and you find out that he is literally one of the greatest fictional characters to ever exist. He's amazing. And then you have Gorilla. Gori. Isao Kando, the leader of the Shinsengumi. He is Also, one of the greatest fictional characters to ever grace my screen, and probably yours. He's incredible. The trio of Shinsengumi and the trio of Oddjobs are basically paralleling each other. All of the characters of Gintama are great. There's so many supporting characters like Utose working at the bar that she always nags Gin for his rent. Then you have the robot Tama. She has also a very tragic backstory, as you do in anime. There's Catherine, the the cat the not attractive cat girl. There's so many more characters I could mention, but I just wouldn't have the time. Incredible cast of characters, and they're endless. There isn't a character I would say that is a throwaway or a bad one. No. I think every single one of them is fleshed out enough, supporting or main, and yeah, great all around. Also, let me talk about the structure of Gintama. Gintama is about nothing and it's about everything at the same time. It really is captivating to see each character grow as a person because you really experience them before you experience their backstory. Just like, Gintoki's case. So let me say, Gintama is a comedy. Gintama is a drama. Gintama is an action shonen. Gintama is a romance shonen. Gintama is a slice of life. Gintama is a space odyssey. Gintama is sci-fi. Gintama is mecha anime. Gintama is literally everything you can think of and more. And it will not end there. Gintama is everything. It on paper, it sounded to me like utter chaos. That it wouldn't work for fucking anything. But it did work. Dare I say, it worked better than anything I've ever watched. For my surprise. Let me just say that the world building of Gintama is second to none. The fictional Edo that they've created, you could literally meet every single type of humanoid creature or any kind of creature in general and not be shocked. There are talking cats at points. There's a point when the main character turns into a cat. There's a leopard, tiger fucking Amanto aliens. There's fucking cyborgs, wizards, so many characters out of nowhere. And it works. It works because it's simply Gintama. That's the only explanation you need. The plot of Gintama is neither here nor there, and it's at the same time everywhere. The land of the samurai is taken over by the space aliens called Amanto. The samurai shogun or government is being a puppet to the Amanto and the ones who are really controlling the scenes. And people are living in not freedom. A freedom that is not controlled by themselves, you see. A world where Eren Yeager wouldn't live in. So yeah, world building is pretty much incredible as well. And the structure. The structure of Gintama is comedy arcs, serious arcs, comedy serious arcs, and a few filler episodes in between. I think you should skip some fillers because some of them are, none of the episodes are bad. Some of them are like missable. Like if you wish you could just move on to the better stuff, I advise you to do so. I can list the exact episodes you should skip, advise yourself on that, but not all episodes are necessary. Some, most are, but not all. If you get what I mean, it's not filler filled. Most of it's canon, so you should watch it in my opinion. But anyway, Gintama is a comedy. It's an incredibly hilarious, fucking eye-gougingly funny comedy. But it's also, when it decides, the most tragic, saddest, emotion-filled fest you could ever want in an anime. And To be honest, when it gets down and dirty with its drama, it's at its best. Gintama has the best shonen arcs I've ever seen. It has the greatest arc in all of fiction. That is the Shogun assassination arc. The Shogun assassination arc is a build-up of over 300 plus episodes and a build-off and a payoff that absolutely is worth it. It rewards you so much with I don't want to say what with because it's gonna be a spoiler, but you go find it for yourself if you haven't already. I don't want to talk about the antagonists like Takasugi and more and Kamui. I just want to tell you before I go to sleep because it's so fucking late. Watch Gintama. Gintama is an experience like no other, and I would say freely that it is my favorite anime. So yeah, give it a try. Watch it till the Benizakura arc, which is the 50th episode, and if you haven't even liked Gintama by then the show isn't for you. But I would suggest you should give it a chance nonetheless. If you're a fan of anime, watch Gintama. If you're a fan of living, watch Gintama. Watch it nonetheless. Whatever you're into, just give it a chance. You're not gonna lose your fucking kidneys or eyes, right? Or anything. Just give it a chance, see how it goes. And it's a review, technically. So technically, I'll give it a score of 10 out of 10. Easily 10 out of 10. No complaints. A perfect show. And the ending, to be honest, was so good. Satisfying, at the very least. It rewards you. And it really is a special and incredible experience. I will never forget Gintama. It made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me experience every single emotion a human can, uh, can have. And I would recommend that experience to every single one who is willing to give it a chance, willing to accept Gintama for what it is. And it is greatness, truly. So, I'll be watching Hunter x Hunter, Hunter x Hunter next, and I'll be talking about some anime news as well. I'll have my opinions listed with the Nier Automata anime. I'll make a video on that soon enough. And yeah, guys, wish you all the best. Stay safe. Watch Gintama, and I'll see you on my next video, whether that be an anime related or game related. I have some few ideas for this channel, and I'll try to make them work. But it's been tough. I'll give it my all, but I had COVID, had so many fucking test exams in school. Life has been rough, but you gotta keep on grinding. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna get too philosophical in this. Watch Gintama. You'll find the answers there. Thanks for watching. If you did, drop a like and subscribe if you want. And yeah, I'm gonna see you off with a salute once again. Till next time.